Jeez, Louise, I feel like I'm frozen. Okay, all right. Okay, I was looking, some people have been sending me their vision boards. So I was looking on my email and I got another vision board. How about that? How about that? All right, so okay, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm going in and out. Do you guys see that? That's not good. Okay, so hopefully it doesn't keep doing that because I'm going to annoy myself. All right, so guys, today I am talking about three things that I am not doing on my GLP-1 journey in 2026. I was thinking about, what am I going to talk about tonight? And that just kept sticking in my head because I have some things that I'm planning on not doing on my journey in 2026. And I sort of kind of have like a little bit of a reset plan where, I'm not starting over because I'm in it, right? I'm in it to win it. But I do feel like I need a little bit of reset because for 2 weeks now, I've just been kind of doing my thing, like, still trying to stick to my routines and all of that. But I've just been kind of not really tracking, not really getting that structure exercise, not really, following my normal routine and protocols. I've kind of been off my schedule. And then you guys know I've been on vacation, but it wasn't the vacation that triggered it. It was, dealing with the grief of it all and just being busy and trying to fit a bunch of things into my schedule. So that's what I've been kind of, that threw me off. That threw me off. And then I weighed in since then, and I did make a video, and I was gonna put it out tonight, but I have, that interview out, and then I put a little short out. So I didn't want to overwhelm the YouTube algorithm. So I thought I'm just gonna wait and do it in the morning. So I want you guys to keep your eyes peeled for my video that's coming out here. It'll be coming out in the morning. I'm on Mounjaro week 97. Did I lose or did I gain? That is the question. And I just had like a short span of time when I was from my weigh-in from last week, the last time I weighed in till now. So it's not that big of a span, but I was just like, I'm just going out. I want to do one more weigh-in before the year's out. And I was just praying that I gave myself some momentum. So we will see. I'm not going to tell you exactly what happened. You're going to have to watch that video in the morning. So, yeah, so, that got me thinking when I did that weigh-in, like, geez, oh man, I need a reset. I need to get my buns back on track for 2026. So that weigh-in technically was still in 2025, right? So I will weigh in on Sunday. And I'll tell you about that. I don't know what's going on with my with this internet, but geez, Louise. Okay, so another thing too is I want you guys to watch out for the interview. I see a lot of people have been watching. It's Darian. We had a great conversation, so go and check him out. Darian will be making his rounds in the interview. I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure, but I know he's going to be interviewing. So, Darian has that Substack. So I really want you to go support him with his Substack. If you're not subscribed, if you, want to hear or read about being in the middle and not being at the start of your journey or the end of your journey yet, if you're somewhere in the middle like I am, this will be a great place for you to go and just kind of, see how it is in the middle, see how we're all getting through to our journey, our journey and our goals. And then I want to say one last reminder, over 1,000 people have watched my interview with Perfectly Pamela. So that is so cool. So keep watching. Those numbers are still going on, and I just want to say, I did talk with Perfectly Pamela, and I know she has a lot of friends in the chat. And she said that she wanted you guys to know that she has seen the comments, she read them. She's been so emotional and she hasn't responded. And she will respond, but she doesn't know for sure when it will be, just because when you have a loss of a loved one, it just takes time and you're overwhelmed, right? You're overwhelmed with all the things you have to do. So we just want to send her love, let her know we're praying for her. And if you're not subscribed to her channel, also go and subscribe. I saw she had 960 subscribers when I looked at it. And actually, I just spoke with her not too long ago, maybe a half hour, an hour ago, and I saw she had 960 subscribers. She doesn't know I saw that, but I looked at it to see. And so we want to go and subscribe to her and run her channel up so she could get those 1,000 subscribers and be monetized. So to do that and support Miss Perfectly Pamela. And Pamela, we love you out there. We're praying for you. And I wouldn't rush back to YouTube until you're ready. Don't rush back. We're all going to still be here. So I just wanted to get that in. And so before I go into the chat, I just want to say Happy New Year. Oh my goodness. We had a Happy New Year's New Year's Eve party with the vision board party. And it was awesome. I just love the ladies that came on and shared their vision board. And actually what I was doing when, YouTube, but maybe that's what's going on, because I have a lot of tabs open in the background. Maybe I need to shut my tabs in the background. But I was I've had a couple of people send me their vision board since that day. Like, I've still been getting vision boards to my email. So I'm going to contact those ladies and ask them if they want me to share them, if they want to share them. But I think, they may want me to share them. And then, or maybe they just wanted me to see it and didn't want it to be seen. That's another possibility. That would be something I would do. and not necessarily share it with everybody. So I will find that out. And when I find that out for sure, I will let you know. So let me close some of these tabs. But another thing too is when I started this live stream, when I started the live stream, I had this live stream has been up for a while. So that's another thing. I didn't start it. Usually I exit out and I start fresh. And I didn't do that today either. So maybe that's what the lag is. Let's see. So I'm closing these tabs because I don't want to annoy myself. Okay. All right. So I'm closing the tab. So maybe that will help. Maybe the 3 things that I'm not doing and going into my GLP-1 journey, I'm going to go into the chat and then we could talk about it. And if it's something you can relate to, drop a comment in the comment section in the chat here, or if you're watching from home in the comment section. Everybody's probably watching from home, but if you're watching and you're not on the live chat, drop a comment in my comment section and let me know when you get a chance, 3 things or even 1 thing you're not doing. So what do you guys, is there something for 2026 that you say to yourself, I did that in 2025. I'm not doing that in 2026. What is something that you did? And I'm going to tell you my 3, and then I'll see what you guys say. And then after we talk about what we're not doing, I'm going to tell you what research says we should be focused on our GLP-1 journey. So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to, of course, play a little game. I like this game too. This game is really, hopefully it's educational. Hopefully we last that long. Jeez Louise. And then we'll play this game and I'll tell you what the game is. And it kind of is going to align with what we're supposed to be doing on our GLP-1 journeys. And a lot of you are doing it. A lot of you are in maintenance. Cheers to the maintenance friends. You met your goal. And I just love that for you. So for us that have goals that we want to reach, whatever those are, hopefully the people in maintenance can help us out because, they've gotten to their goals. So the first thing I'm not doing is I am not really focus as much on that scale. Now, does that mean I'm not going to weigh in? I'm going to weigh in once a week, but I don't weigh in every day. If you follow my journey, you already know I don't weigh in every day. I don't want to. I don't plan to. The reason I don't weigh in every day, and there is no right or wrong. Let me say that, because I think, especially if you're a newbie out there and you might have been saying, I was just on this lady's channel and she says she weighs in every day and she's lost 150 pounds. Well, if that's, suits your boat, you float your boat, you should do that. But for me, I just get too stressed out if I'm weighing in every day, because your weight fluctuates. I feel like when you breathe air too much, your weight could go up. So if you're one of those people that get all anxious when you gain, I don't know how you weigh in every day. And people do it. People get stressed out and some people even tell me they get on the scale twice a day, or some people get on every time you eat. So if you're getting on every time you eat something, or if you're getting on during the day and you've eaten all day and then you get on at night, you probably will go up. Now, if you don't go up and that scale does not move, good for you. But that has never happened to me yet. That scale usually is doing something different at night after I've eaten all day. So when I weigh in my birthday suit, and I weigh in before I eat anything, or usually before I drink anything. Sometimes I have drank something or eaten a little something and didn't mean to, and was still weighed in. But for the most part, I'm consistent, right? I'm not perfect with that rule, but I'm consistent with doing that. So, and my word of the year is consistent. If you haven't figured that out, my word of the year, if you saw that vision board, if you are on my post, my word of the year is consistent. So I want to have consistency with all that I do. And I love that word, because consistency means you're doing something 4 to 5 times a week. Like your brain knows you're going to do that, right? Your brain is trained, but you're not necessarily doing it every single day, 7 days a week. So I love that, because that fits right into my routine and what I have going on. So some of the things I'm going to be replacing that scale with, worried about what the scale is going to take. So I say that to say there may be a week when I don't weigh in. Maybe I might weigh in twice a month as opposed to every single week. So I'm really kind of thinking about that for myself. I think I might not be weighing in every week. I may not be reporting it out every week. So that's going to be a change. What am I going to do? I am still going to get a DEXA scan. My next DEXA scan was supposed to be for December. I knew that wasn't going to fly. So I rescheduled my DEXA scan till February, March. I can't remember if it's February or March. So I rescheduled my DEXA scan. I had took my measurements when I first started my journey. So I'm waiting until my anniversary to reveal those results, but I am going to be measuring myself more. So, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm pretty sure now a lot of people are going to be focused in on those measurements. Some people have been measuring all along. I've heard them talk about it, and then some people have not. So I'm one of those people that I've been going by my clothes, but I haven't really been measuring myself. So I'm going to do that a little bit more into the new year. My focus is going to be on visceral fat reduction, and losing that fat around my organs is a goal. And when my last DEXA scan showed that I lost visceral fat, but I gained body fat, I'm like, how do you do both? So some of the things that helps with that visceral fat is walking, and walking in zone 2, just like regular walking, where you could have a conversation and you could still, have a conversation, but it's labored, right? You could tell the person is walking or doing something, being active, moving. So that's what I'm going to do to kind of get that down, that, visceral fat down. And then I also am going to do a little bit more intermittent fasting. And one of the things I want to talk about here is the difference between skipping meals and intermittent fasting. Because what I'm hearing is that people are skipping meals. I'm not hearing that people are intermittent fasting. And I'm not saying everybody. So if it's you, don't be like, oh, I am intermittent fasting. You maybe are, but I hear people are not intermittent fasting. And I'm going to be honest with you. Since in these 2 weeks that I've been off, I've been skipping meals. I have not been intermittent fasting. And I'm going to tell you how I know and what is the difference. And that's how I know some of you are skipping meals. You're not intermittent fasting. And any newbies out here, we just don't want you to do that, because you got to get your nutrients in. So if you're a newbie, or you're a person who comes across this video, just know skipping meals, it starts off like seeming like a great idea because you're dropping weight, but you're probably weak. Your hair probably is not going to hold up. It might fall out, especially if you're a lady of a certain age, and you're going to just be tired and weak. You're not going to be able to do much. So you got to get those nutrients in. Another thing I'm going to focus on is the inflammation in my lab work. So, and I've always kind of done that, but I think I might, I go every 3 months to get my lab work done. But I was thinking like maybe I might get a blood pressure monitor. My blood pressure is fine. Maybe I should start monitoring other things if I'm not doing the scale. So I may look into a blood pressure monitor, but I don't think my doctor's going to say I need one because my blood pressure is fine. It's normal without meds. Like I'm never taking a blood pressure med. And then also, I want to say another thing I was thinking about is should I be measuring my A1C? The last time I got my A1C checked, I was on point at 5.6, right at that normal. And so I know a lot of people are like, my A1C is like 4 point this and 4 point that. I don't want my A1C going down super low because those people, then you have the struggle of trying to make sure it's not too low, right? And then that's when you get dizzy, you get weak. And right now, I consider my A1C at a sweet spot. I could go down a couple points. If I stay in the fives, I'm good. Because the last thing I want to do is be out dizzy. When you exercise, I know people who they have to eat when they do this. They have to monitor that. Right now, I don't have to do any of that. I'm just kind of easy peasy as far as what I have to do. So I want to keep my situation that way, but whatever works for you. If you're somebody who your goal is to be in the fours, you're at 4.9, you're at 4.5, wherever you are, that's between you and your doctor. I'm just saying what works for me right now. So that's what I want to do. That is one of my plans, not chasing that scale. The second thing I want to do is I want to not do that skipping meals. I was skipping meals, and I'm going to tell you. Let's maybe ask you in the chat. What do you think? And don't Google it. I just want to know what you guys think. What do you think the difference between skipping meals and intermittent fasting is? Does anybody have an idea? So I'm going to give you a minute to put that in the chat. What is the difference between skipping a meal and actually intermittent fasting? Does anybody know that? DJ Meyer, how are you? We got DJ Meyer. We got JC with the cute profile pic. Hey, JC, look at that. I love that. We got Miss Mel B. She says, Happy Friday, Dee and friends. I hope that's everyone's 2020 is off to a great start. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I think Mel, it has like a little what's that? A mobile phone next to yours. Are you on the vertical live? I don't know. Maybe you're not. Miss Brenda, how are you? And then we got Mail to the B saying, please like, subscribe, and share the link to the live stream as you enter. Thank you, Miss Brenda. And Mel is saying happy New Year to people. So we love that. She's saying happy New Year. Okay, and then we got Keisha. How are you? She says, hi, Diva, Brenda, Mel, and everyone. Who else do we have in here? We have Wait. We got Ange. How are you? Look at your picture. So you changed it. I love that. I can't see what's on it, but I know you're looking fab. Okay, she says, happy Friday, y'all. And then we have Losing It Grace. Happy New Year, Dee and Devos. It's cold everywhere. Yes, it is pretty cold. The real MVP. How are you? How are you? Let's see. Oh, Taisha. How are you? Simply Taisha. She says, hello, good evening. All right. Did I miss anybody? And then that's me going on there and talking about, I've been drinking. I'm going to drink my protein shake here in a second. I don't really like to eat and drink on camera unless I have to. Mel says she's not sure which is the vertical. Are you in the regular chat? I don't know either. Doris, how are you? Jen F, how are you, Jen? How are you? Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Chi, how are you? How are you? Let's see. Okay. Doses of Shani. Happy New Year. How are you? She says she's driving. Be careful out there. Horizontal is much better, she says. Okay, very good. Bellflower, how are you? She says, happy Friday night, Dee and Diva in the chat. Dee Dee, I love that hat. Thank you. And it's not really a hat, it's a headband. So it doesn't go all the way across. It's like kind of like, it reminds me of like fancy earmuffs. But thank you so much. Okay, what are you guys saying? Okay. Did I see somebody? Paul, he says, hey, 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 Sister Shay, and the GLP-1. What is La Days? What is that? She says, yes, I'm loving the winter hats of it all. Yes, yes, yes. Don't freeze on Dee Dee. I know. What's up with that? I watched a DRM interview today. Love. I watched Pamela's last week. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I thought they both were great. And I think, what I like is trying to learn something new that you haven't heard. Okay, JC said opening those extra tabs. Yeah, I had a ton of tabs open. And usually I don't. Normally I don't, but this instance I did. Yes, Nora. Geez, Louise. Okay, so Simply Taisha says what she's changing in 2026. I'm not doing too much and I won't be doing all the things. Okay, all right. Do tell, do tell. She said, I will not be doing all the things. Okay. You said, I understand the way every day. I don't do it. Oh, you don't weigh in every day either. Okay, all right. All right, I can relate. I weighed in once a week when I was on my weight loss journey, but now that I'm in maintenance, I weigh every day just to make sure you're staying on track. Okay, so you kind of changed your philosophy. And now, once I'm in maintenance, I think I probably could handle that more. I really do. So I get that. Okay, very good. My 3 weigh-in on the weekly, no more, is not eating after 6 p.m. and stop worrying about how much I will lose in 2026 and staying focused on my cardio and fiber and protein intake. Very good, Keisha. Those are all 3 great things. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. This is maintenance to maintenance. I didn't track meals during active weight loss, but I'm tracking in maintenance. Okay. Very good. Okay. Yeah, and I saw you said you didn't really track, and now you're tracking. So isn't that interesting? The work doesn't stop when you're in maintenance. It's just a little different, right? Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. Let me get to her super chat. Thank you, Rosie. She says, Happy New Year. All is the difference. Still making sure you get the same amount of calories and less meals. I don't know. Okay. Oh, okay. So you're answering the question about okay, very good. So you're saying the difference is making sure you get the same amount of calories and less meals. Okay, so that's the difference you think between intermittent fasting and skipping meals. Okay, very good. So people are starting to answer this interesting question. Let's see. Okay, let me scroll down. Okay. All right. Now, so wait a second. She says, whatever floats your boat. Your A1C will be checked with your blood work. Yes. They do check. I get it checked every 3 months. Exactly. I think we do what we feel we need to do when we feel we need or want to do it. Yeah, very true. So Mel said restriction. So you said that's the difference is restriction. Okay. All right. 3-month blood work showed 5.5 from 6.1. Yes, victory. Yes. I love that. I don't want to do the confetti. I'll do confetti at the end because I don't know. Now, I hasn't done that since I closed all those tabs, but I don't want to risk it. But excellent job, Nora. Excellent job. All right, Lucinda Gray says, skipping a meal, drink a protein shake until your next meal. Okay, so how is that different though than intermittent fasting? You're getting your required calories on intermittent fasting and probably not if you're skipping meals. Very true. Very good. All right. Ooh, Miss Brenda says scheduling and consistency and intention. Excellent. Okay. All right. Good evening, Dee Dee and Divalicious crew and starving artists out there. And Darian, you do have 2026, and I like how your head is the 0 in 2026. We love that. Reset with the Nissa. How are you? Okay. Okay. So Paul says intermittent fasting, you eat in the window, either 8-hour window or 6. Okay, that's a part of it too. Okay, very good. Okay, so Dee Dee, on my phone, you're on the full screen. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. Bam. Okay, but okay, so on the TV, you're on a narrow phone. Yeah, I think on the TV, I should be like why? I shouldn't be vertical. I should be horizontal. So I don't know how that plugs into it. I'm not sure. Okay. Hi, Becky. How are you? She says hello to everyone and happy blessed new year. We love that. Okay. I'm arriving tomorrow and the madness begins on Sunday. Okay, so wait a minute. Let's see. Now that I'm in maintenance and weigh in every day, I've noticed that if I skip meals the day before, my weight goes up a bit the next day. My body is trying to conserve because I ate less food than I should. Interesting, because a lot of people, I think they skip the meals because and some people are just busy, right? And just don't get it around to eating or whatever that is. But I think when you're a newbie out there, I think a lot, and some of the veterans too, I think people think like skipping a meal is going to help make the weight loss go faster. I mean, let's just say that. Now, that's not everybody's reasoning, but I do believe that's a big part of why some people are doing that. So I'm just going to tell you, it just depends. So here is, let's see, let me see. I wrote this down. Did I put it in here? Because I want to get this right. So let's see. Did I put it in here? I don't know if I put it in here. What they say. Okay, wait. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I did. Okay. So the GLP-1 rule with skipping meals versus the intermittent fasting. This is how I know I was skipping meals. First of all, you're planning your meal. So I remember what's her name, Joe, and Harjarine, I think also is doing the 1 meal a day, but that's a little different because you're only eating one time, but it was planned is the point. Like Joe had a plan on what time she was going to eat. She wasn't just like, oh, today I'm eating at 9, tomorrow I'm eating at 4, the next day I'm eating at 6. She planned it out. So that's a big difference right there. And then you're also hitting your protein goals. So if you're not hitting your protein goals and that's not in your plan, that would be considered a no-no on the GLP-1. If you're eating enough total calories, you're not skipping. If you're not eating enough total calories, you're skipping, you're not fasting. So let's say, your calorie count is 2,000, right? And let's say you're getting 1,600. Well, you haven't get another meal in there to get up to that 2,000, whatever that is. And I don't know, I gave myself a range because having that one goal was kind of hard. And I like to give myself a range. So if I don't hit something, I'm within the window. I don't totally feel like I didn't do it. So, my range is 1,600 to 1,800 calories. But really, I remember the DEXA scan, people wanted me to get like up towards 2,000 calories. So geez Louise. So I was skipping because I would just get up and say, oh, the next thing I know, it would be like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock and I hadn't eaten. Well, I didn't plan that. I just was not thinking about food or wanting to eat food or busy doing something. And the next thing I knew, time had gone by. On the weekends, when I say I intermittent fast, I specifically have a time. I'm not going to eat until noon on the weekends, or 11 o'clock on Sunday, and it's 12 on Saturday. It's 11 o'clock on Sunday because I want to weigh in, and then I want to eat. And there are times, you guys, if you've been in my weigh-ins on Sunday, there are times when I didn't eat and I just didn't get to it. I was skipping a meal, right? That wasn't intermittent fasting. So I think that's the difference. And I noticed a lot of people are skipping meals and not necessarily intermittent fasting. So yeah, so there is a difference. So you got to have that baby planned out. You got to be hitting your protein goals and you got to be hitting your calories. And that's why a lot of people and doctors will say that they're not a big fan of intermittent fasting because people have a hard time getting the protein in when they give themselves a window. Paul, you were right with the window of eating, but people can't get all that protein in and they have a hard time getting the calories in. And that's why some people have said, I tried to intermittent fast, but I couldn't really do it. So So not starving myself to lose weight. Because another thing I would do too is if I had a high calorie meal day, the next couple days or the next day, I would kind of compensate for that. And I want to do less of that. I just want to be consistent every day. Now, things happen, you have, there's sometimes when I have events coming up or I'm social and, it's just, what you eat, it is what it is. If I can't eat before, I would eat a higher meal and then I would just kind of balance it out. And I don't mean that, but I mean purposely, like, oh, I want to be able to eat such and such. So I'm going to not eat a lot, the day before. So I think, I just kind of want to be smarter with that and not just rely on that, right? Because when I'm in social situations, my eating is not always the best. So yeah, so that's something that I want to do. Let's see, what else? Okay, so that was number 2. So not starving myself. I don't think I was ever, when I first started this 12.5, I probably was on that 800, 500 to 800 plan, and I think that messed up my last DEXA scan. I wasn't eating. you know, I noticed my hair was shedding a lot. So, and I was tired. I just was tired when I couldn't eat on the GLP-1. So I would say if you can't eat on your GLP-1, you need to be talking to your doctor. We got to get that protein in. We got to get the nutrients in. You got to do all those things. You got to hit those fiber goals. The fiber is going to help, keep you regular so that constipation doesn't get so bad. So really the goal should be gaining strength and not just to be thin. And I think a lot of us want to be thin and then we'll get thin and then we'll deal with it. And I'm saying to you, and I want you to see me doing this because this is going to be my push, is I want to be keeping my, my buns firm and tight, right? I want to keep that going. I want to keep my curves, keep my shape, have some muscle, and also lose weight. So that's what I'm trying to do. So, you'll be able to witness and see if I, in fact, do that. You are. And so my third thing is that I want everybody to know, my third goal is, I want to tell more people about my journey. I do. A lot of my friends don't know about my journey, and I like that they don't know. I don't necessarily want to tell them about YouTube, but I do want to tell them that I am on a weight loss journey, and I'm not going to announce Mounjaro, like, oh, I'm taking Mounjaro, I'm taking the GLP-1. But if they ask me, I don't want to be reluctantly telling them. Like, I just, just going to be proud and say, hey, I'm taking, this is what I'm doing. This is a tool. It's helping me with my weight loss, but I'm doing A, B, C, and D, which is kind of what I've done. But I've been very selective on who I'm telling. And the reason why, I say that, because I think doing this alone is tough. And I think more people, and I learned from a couple weeks ago when we did that video about the live stream about family and who you're telling. And I know some people who their friends and family, close friends and family, still don't know. And I'm one of those people. So and don't know that they're on a weight loss journey, don't know what they did to lose weight. And you don't have to tell people. I think that's important, that you don't have to tell people. But I said, for me, I don't want to have a silent struggle. I want people to know like what I'm doing. So, because I don't want you offering me that cookie. I don't want you offering me that champagne. And I'm going to set boundaries because, I think a lot of people just say, oh, it's just one time. And I want to be focused this, next half of my, because I want to get down to that 100 pounds down, right? I want to get to the 100 pounds down. And in order to do that, that's my first big goal. I got to be focused. And I don't want people offering me the cookie, the treats, or asking me to go, and I'll talk more about this on Sunday when I let you know something that a social event that came up and how I handled it. But, I just want I want people to like learn, like, okay, this is how you support me. So that's what I want to get out to my friends and family. So I am going to tell you a little bit more about how I'm going to roll that out on Sunday and what I'm going to be doing, because I'm going to be doing some things a little bit different. So those are my 3 things. Those are 3 things that I am not doing. So, I'm not doing it alone. As far as my family and friends, I'm going to be including more people. That was my 3rd thing. So my number 1 thing was not focusing on that scale as much. And I love the freedom of not doing that. And I'm not maintenance, so I realize I need to get on there, but I want to focus on other things. Not, skipping meals like I was doing. I don't even want that to become a habit, because I can see where that would become a habit for me, and I don't want that for myself. So those are my three things. And then, just telling more of my family and friends, and not because it's their business, but because I want them, when I am becoming more social, I want them to support me. I don't want you offering me the cookie. I don't want you offering me the cake. I don't want you buying me a cake. I don't want you buying me treats. I want you to do other things instead of those things that I have been used to doing. So that's the reason why that I want to focus on that. So yeah, so those are the things. So what are you guys saying in the chat? Yeah. Ma'am, you're one of a kind. I love that you learn what works best for you, and you trash the rest. Yes, yes, yes. Now I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else. Let me go back up in here. You said I don't intermittent fast because I'm hungry. I get hangry. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. Ooh, thank you. Darian says we need more likes. Okay, we got 54 people watching. You guys got to take a minute and like the live. Yeah, people said intermittent fasting would make me angry. Okay, very good. Angie said Angie, very interesting. So you are getting data points that way, and I didn't scroll up enough to see that. Okay, so she's trying to conserve. Let's see, Angie, did I read this? Oh, so okay, yeah. When you skip meals, you notice that you gain the weight. Okay, very good. Doses of Shani says she intermittent fast daily. Okay, very good. She says, good GLP-1 family. Hello. She hopes everyone had a good day. All right. So now that we talked about that, so I want to talk about what we need to do, that we're going to, so we have this is a little bit of a reset, not just for me, but for some people out there who was enjoying the Christmas goodies way too much. So the first thing we need to do is fuel our bodies. Don't starve it. I just talked about that. Eating enough protein, eating fiber, eating real food. When I say real food, I mean, don't rely on this. Now, this is going to be in addition to whatever else I ate today. This is not instead of, right? So this should be in addition to, not instead of. So I'm going to have some of my, my shake here. So that's the first rule. So we're going to fuel the body. You got to eat. You can't starve yourself. That's the thing. It might start out and seem good, but after a while, you got to change that mindset, and you got to, make sure you're eating. Talk with your doctor to make sure you're getting enough calories. The second thing is we got to get some movement in. And that's another thing I've been lacking these 2 weeks, my structured weigh-in. My structured exercise. I've been moving around and busy, but I haven't been really structured with it. I just kind of just let it go. But I've been trying to be more conscious of going up and down my stairs a little bit more, like parking farther, not trying to park closer to wherever I'm parked at. So I got a lot of work to do, with that exercise to get my buns on track, because I'm really incorporating the cardio, trying to get to that visceral fat. So the third thing is we're going to track more than that scale. So some of the things you can track, your waist, your body measurements. That's a good one. Check your visceral fat. How are you going to know that? You're going to have to get that DEXA scan, ma'am and sir. Does an in-body scan give you visceral fat readings? Does that tell you your visceral fat? I thought it did not. So yeah, but if you have a scale that tells you that visceral fat, great. Because some people might say, I'm not paying $100 or $200 just to know what my visceral fat is, and I get it. Just don't do it. I'm a big advocate for it. If you don't want to do it, just don't do it. Okay, so that's and then so your energy, your labs, the energy, when your energy is off, something is off. That's a first sign for me. Your lab work is another way you could track, and how your clothing fits. That's a big one. That's what I was using really all along, is how my clothing was fitting. So those are things you could track. build sustainable habits. So no quick fixes. So I always say that the GLP-1 is a tool. In order for it to work, it still needs you to do something. You have to be the one that have some daily habits in place. So you want to keep that weight off. Even if you're in maintenance, you got to eat your meals regularly. You got to drink water. I put hydration too, because that could be other forms of water. A lot of people are drinking coffee. And I don't want to bash coffee because I have incorporated that on this GLP-1 journey. I'm not a big coffee person, but coffee is a diet. Coffee will dehydrate you. So I want, if you're drinking water, coffee, drink equal amounts and probably 5 times more water. Like water should be your main source. Those other things, if you're adding electrolytes in it or whatever, that's fine. You know, I do that, but I also drink just plain water. So you want to get that water in. So if you're drinking tons of lemonade, that's hydration, but you really want to get something in that doesn't have the sugar. So I would focus in on that hydration. And mind you, electrolytes, if they're sweet, they have something making them sweet, just so you know. Because people say it has 0 sugar and 0 carbs. Well, it has something that's making it sweet. It just is not sweet because they told it to be sweet. So we have sleep is another important thing. That's another habit we want to keep up, and consistent routines. There's my word again, consistent. So we want to be consistent in whatever we are doing. So if you have fallen off, I want you to start with 4 days. If you could do something 4 days out of that 7, that starts your consistent journey. Now, is it, you know, are you going to be perfect and do it 7 days? No, you don't even need to do something 7 days, but eat, right? And drink the water. But, you know, you don't have to exercise 7 days. You don't have to, you know, you want to eat the protein 7 days, but, you know, those kinds of things that you don't have to do every day, right? But some of these things is every day, but you just want to be consistent at it. So if you're sleeping, you know, the goal is 7 to 9 hours. If you're sleeping 8 is ideal, right? And if you're sleeping, you know, 4 days, 9 hours, or 4 days, 8 hours, great, right? Then maybe you could work your way up to 5, then 6, then 7. So you just want to be consistent. Start with that 4. That 4 is key. All right. So the 5th thing is something that we do well here. We support each other. So you want to have support, accountability. The number one thing you need, though, I think, in addition to the support and the accountability, is medical guidance. Hashtag I am not a doctor. Neither is any doctor I know in the chat. So I would tell you, get regular medical checkups, right? Use the community and some sort of structured group. I know, you know, Bellflower always tells me about her friend group that support each other with these GLP-1s. And I love that. I think that's excellent, excellent, excellent. But you also need medical guidance. You need a doctor or a healthcare professional that's really going to tell you when you're stuck or you're not losing or something goes wrong. You need that support from them. You need that guidance. How much protein you should be using. Have you checked your kidneys? Because if your kidneys aren't functioning well, you shouldn't be eating as much protein as me with regular functioning kidneys, right? So those sorts of things, like the GLP-1 is not going to, I don't know if they're going to hand that out with that in the brochure, you know, specifics like that, but that's what you need to be checking out. And I would say, you know, a lot of people say, I'm stuck in a stall. And my first question is, are you doing all the things? And people get offended by that, but that's a great question, right? What else are you going to ask? You know, somebody tell you, if somebody said your truck was stuck in the mud, what are you going to say? What did you do to get out of it, right? You want to know all the things. It's the same idea. Stop being so sensitive about these GLP-1s. It's not that serious. Either, you know, what are you doing? So once we figure out, okay, you're doing all the things, I always tell people the next thing you should do is talk to a doctor, because maybe there's a reason you're not losing. Maybe it's a hidden reason you don't know yet. Maybe your body is just not ready, but that's something your doctor can help determine. I don't think a person that's not a doctor on YouTube is equipped to tell you that. I think it has to be a healthcare professional and somebody preferably that knows your body. So it's a lot of people that don't have a regular doctor. And I say, you should go and find one. Seek one out, you know, go and check, you know, ask a friend, phone a friend, ask a friend or a family member that rave about their doctor, you know, see what they love about their doctor and see if that doctor will take you on as their patient, because that's, to me, one of the best things you could do for yourself on this journey. So That's the last thing I want to say before I'm going to get into the chat. Did I go through? I went through all five. That was fast. So, last thing I want to say is, the GLP-1 medications help you lose with the systems and routines that you put in place. That's going to help you keep that weight off. Ask anybody in this chat that's in maintenance. They still have to have those systems in place to lose. You can't just say, oh, I got to my goal and now I'm just going to do whatever and eat whatever. All of us who have done that during this process, we even know that. So you still have to be trying to maintain, and you're going to need a routine or a system. Now, system is the fancy word. Routine is what I'm going to call it. A routine it reminds me of a easier way to think about a system, something you're doing on a regular schedule. And if I were you guys, I would get a calendar. You don't need a fancy smancy anything. Get a calendar and write things down. That's what you probably should do. Get a calendar, write things down, keep track of your measurements, keep track of your weight. Get a journal. Somebody just gave me a journal for Christmas. I got a journal for Christmas. And, I got a bunch of little journals for Christmas, but, you could do, look at this. This is, I got my little calendar. I got it all sitting here. I got a notebook. I got a calendar, and I have Harjarine's journal. Harjarine, boss lady vibes, how are you? So I got it all. And then I have another little journal that I keep track of stuff. So I'm keeping track of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And I need to get more organized because I feel like it's a little scattered, but that's okay. So are you guys with me in the chat? I'm going to go in the chat. We're going to play this game and I'm going to be out of here. It's 9:21. One of my goals this year, I am saying, I have been known to do a 3-hour live. I think I did a 3-hour live, but my lives are 2.5 hours and all that. I mean, when I'm on my live, though, I want to be talking about something. I don't just want to be on here chit-chatting. And that's okay if you do that. If you're on your live chit-chatting and you are on your live, whatever you do, remember, we're all different. That's the great thing about this. You can do what you want to do. And so I want to be on here with a purpose. That's my goal. So it takes me a little bit longer to get these lives ready because I'm researching things. I'm looking up things. I'm not just on here like, hey, what's up? And which I'm probably smarter if I were to do that. I would claim some of my time back. Remember, this is the year I'm reclaiming my time too. So I just kind of want to, I have all the paper. Yes. So I kind of just want to be, my goal is I told Mel to call me at 9:30. I told Mel to call me. I write things down. I'm telling you, successful people write things down. So I want to be one of those successful folks. They write things down. They put it in stone. They don't tell people what they're doing. They just do it. That's a thing, and I know people, get so bent out of shape when I say that. Like, why do you even care that much? But yeah, you just do it because the times I tell people I'm going to do something and don't do it, it just bothers me to no end, right? So I just need to, I learned how a long time ago, I try not to say something unless I know it's going to be like it's written in stone, right? You can depend on it. So that's what I'm doing. So what are you guys doing? Okay, so let me go up here. What are you guys saying? People are saying, Darian, that was a great interview. Okay, so Mel said, thank you for the super chat. And you know what? I need to give the other person that gave me a super chat, I need to give them a thank you too. Some folks, me, naturally start eating late, 1 to 2 p.m. I stopped eating at 7, 9-ish. My body has adapted over the years. I've been doing it for years. Very good. So she says, she's been naturally eating. And, let me give you a thank you. And then I'm going to give the other one. I remember I was afraid to do it. That's why I didn't do it. I was afraid to do it. I think I'm still afraid to do it. So I'm just going to give you both for the super chats. Rosie and Mel B. I'm going to give you both. Let's see if it freezes me up. It did not. It did not. Okay, very good. All right, thank you. All right, so Mel, I love that. Mel says she has been intermittent fasting and she still gets in her calories. And Mel did recognize that it can be a challenge to still get all those calories and stuff in. So I think that that's okay. I think we're all a work in progress, but you're doing a great job. Okay, all right. Okay, so we said there is a scale that does measure that. Okay, all right, very good. Let's see. Don't come for my coffee. You can keep that Dexa, but give me the coffee instead. And that's okay. Remember, I didn't say just don't drink the coffee. I said also drink water. Don't just have coffee all day long. You know, some people have that coffee and that's all they're drinking. They're not really getting the water in. And they're like, that's what I'm drinking for hydration. But coffee is, it dehydrates you. That's a fact. You can look that up. And so I'm just saying, drink the coffee. Oh, my girl, Becky, drink that coffee, but also drink the water. That's what I'm saying too. 120 ounces. Jeez, Louise. I do enjoy a small homemade iced coffee sometimes, but not every day. I just love my plain water. Very good. A lot of people, I think, we have all gotten out of drinking plain water because there's so much cool stuff to add to it. But that plain water, that's going to be the best thing for you. I think that's why I haven't needed skincare until now. I've been hydrating and luxuriating. Those are my two words. If you know me, those are in my vocab. I hydrate and I luxuriate. Mel said, agreed. My espresso is a must. This is so funny. Mel and I started talking on the phone because we were accountability partners doing Lent, and she was supposed to be giving up coffee, and I did give up, all the meat except for seafood. Fish. Some people say fish is not a meat, but I guess it really is. This cough needs water. Sorry. So Mel loved that coffee so much. Mel was not doing her coffee. She was still drinking that coffee. So that's when I knew. I said, this lady is serious about her coffee. It's so funny. Taisha says she agrees too. Anybody have a good doctor in NYC? I don't really like my doctor. Oh, great question. Okay. Mel is saying what borough? Okay, that these people know New York, Manhattan. Okay, all right. You have an appointment with a dietitian. That's also an excellent thing to seek out. I had got a name for a dietitian. I need to schedule mine too. I haven't done that. I have several heart issues. I need to know the right amount of protein per day. Excellent for you to be safe instead of what is the standard. Excellent. So Becky, don't do that. Don't forget to do that. That's should be on your to-do list for this week. Don't give yourself I'm going to do it Monday. Put it on your list to get done this week so you take the pressure off yourself and do it this week when you can fit it in. So I love that for you. I love that for you. Mel says she's going to ask around. Yes, I am with the paper. I'm organized, right? Okay. Oh, somebody else. Nora, I'll ask my friend for her doctor in NYC and post it. We love this. She said, I sure was. God knows my heart. Pammy Whammy, you're a coffee girl too. You said protein every morning. Okay, very good. See, that's fine. I've been incorporating that coffee in the morning with putting my protein shake in it. So I get that, but I'm just saying, you drinking a latte, espresso, I don't care how you GLP-1 it up, that's fine, but you should also be drinking that water. That's all I'm saying. Now, I am not a doctor, but I guarantee you, I'll pay you if your doctor says anything different. Your doctor is also going to tell you that you should be just drinking some plain water. So, and I know that's hard, but we got to get it in there. And look how much Mel drinks. Let me put her profile pic up there. Look at that beautiful skin she has, that tone. She's in Florida. She's stress-free pretty much. I see why she has the best skin. But, she's somebody that drinks a lot of water. She's not drinking all that extra stuff in her water. And again, I say, that's why, people think I'm younger than 53. I say it's the water. Now, if I hadn't had a child, I probably would even have less wrinkles. Because I'm telling you, those little kiddos bring on the wrinkles. Geez, Louise. No protein in my good old espresso, Pammy. Okay, so she's drinking hers. She's just drinking H2O, period. So yeah, so when you guys see, oh, Mel looks so good, there's a reason why, she looks so good. And she's not even drinking these protein shakes. Geez, Louise. I want to put mine down, but I'm not. Okay, so let's play this game. Okay, wait a minute. What does Taisha say? Yes, water's a good thing to squeeze in your lemon. It's a good thing to squeeze in your water. That's a good hack. And I used to put a lot of lemon in my water, but I got to the point, Taisha, where I could not enjoy it without the lemon. So I switched. I stopped doing that because I was just having a hard time. I could not. It was like if it didn't have lemon in it, I didn't want it. So I had to back up off of that. Well, also black don't crack. Bam, bam, bam. That is so funny. Thank you for that, Nora. Florida stress-free. What is in the Florida you speak of? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is too funny. So, Mel, what causes you to be so stress-free? Grace wants to know. What's Florida is that? All right, so we're going to play a game, and then we're going to see what you guys, anything you want to say or talk about, and then we're going to be out of here. And I do have a special announcement on Sunday. So if you're in this chat, you're listening in, join me on Sunday at 2 p.m. I'm going to be announcing what that special announcement is. I'm pretty excited. So if you talk to me behind the scenes, you're not getting it out of me until Sunday. Okay, so this is the game we're playing. This game is called Fast or Fail. Fast or fail. So fast that's a healthy way to intermittent fast, and fail means you're skipping meals, which is slowing down your progress. So fast or fail. Okay, so let me start off with this one. Are you guys ready in the chat? Okay, so it's that's my little reminder. All right. Okay, all right. Let's see. I guess she means the sunshine grays. For Mel to be stress-free. Yeah, so Mel will have to tell you what keeps her stress-free. Okay, so our game is fast or fail. That's healthy intermittent fasting. If you think it's healthy, put fast. If you think it's not, if it's a skipping a meal, you think put fail. All right, so the first one. So we got 50 people watching. If you're watching at home, play with us. Some people do come in the comment section when they watch it back and they play the games. I just love that. All right, so Journey of Life. How are you? Okay, Journey, we're playing fast or fail. So I put it on the screen so you don't, just in case you forget. So this is the first statement. I haven't eaten I'm gonna do my actor's theater. I haven't eaten all day long, but I'm really, really hungry. Is that a fast or is that a fail? Is that considered intermittent fasting or is that a fail? What do you think? Now, you can't just put F. Now, you can put FA or FI. No, that would let me know the difference, but you got to write fast or because if you just write an F, a lot of them are Fs. Hey, hey. All right. Oh, I love oh, you guys are so fast. Oh, Journey, you're such a sweetheart. Let's see. Hey, beautiful diva. Yes, beautiful. I made it today. Yes, I'm glad you are here. Okay, so Mel is saying fail. We got to fail. We got fail, 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 fail. Jeez, Louise, there's no fooling the smartest. Oh, Miss Brenda. Yes, yes, yes. You said I'm going the opposite of everyone. Well, that is a fail, right? That is a fail. You haven't not eaten all day is a fail because you haven't scheduled your meal. Remember, when you're intermittent fasting, you're scheduled, you're on time. You got that time, that window. So that's a fail. You got to schedule it, right? All right, here's the second one. So that was a fail. The second one, I eat between 12 to 8 p.m. and I make sure I get in my protein, my fiber, and real meals. Okay, all right. I eat between 12 and 8 p.m. I make sure I eat protein, fiber, and real meals. This is goals. Okay, is it a fast or is it a fail? And remember, healthy intermittent fasting is key. Oh, look at Carla comes in here and like, fast. Welcome to the chat, Carla. Okay, so let's see. What are you guys saying? No, you can't, Grace. This is the teacher. You know, the kids come up with slick ways to win a game, won't they? Is that where you get that from? No, so you have to write FA for fast. You can write FI or FL for fail if you want to. But or you could type out the word. Okay, ooh, I like the X. Okay, very good. Okay, we got some fast. We had a couple of fails. Carla saying fast, and Miss Brenda's giving that thumbs up. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay, all right. Mel is welcoming Carla in. Okay, all right. Fast. Okay, very good. You guys, of course, the smartest chat in all of GLP-1 land. You are right. This was a fast, right? It has the schedule, right? Who knows why else that's a fast? It has that time in there. I don't know if Paul is still listening. Paul gave us that nugget earlier. What else makes this a fast? I eat between 12 and 8, and I make sure I get protein, fiber, and real meals. Hey, Mindy. She's coming in late, but you're coming. Love it. So you guys are right. It is a fast, but what makes it a fast? Besides the scheduled meal of 12 to 8, the scheduled eating window. Would you guys know what makes it? I eat between 12 and 8, and I make sure I get protein, fiber, and real meals in. Do you know what else makes that a fast? Yes, Miss Brenda coming in. Okay, all right. And then Mel also got it. All right, Miss Brenda, you were on it. So yeah, it's like you're hitting those protein goals, you're hitting the fiber goals, and you're eating real meals, right? You're not just eating a bunch of shakes and protein bars and all that. And I'm not shaming those because they're in my house chilling, ready to be eaten when I need to. But I don't want to rely on that. I don't lead with those. So I think that's a big difference for me. All right. Excellent job, ladies. Thank you, ladies. Okay, here is number 3. I drink coffee. Oh, a lot of you are going to relate to this. I drink coffee all day and realize at 7 p.m. I've only had one protein bar for the day. Is that a fast or a fail? Let me say that again. I drink coffee all day and realize at 7 p.m. I've only had one protein bar. Now, this has happened to me. This is something I can relate to. Oh, Pam came in hard. Pam and fast with a fail. Okay, all right. So what do you guys think? A lot of you are getting it. Okay, as I'm drinking my protein shake, but I have eaten my meals for the day. So I want to say that. And I'm drinking my water. Yes. I'm doing both. All right. Let's see. Okay. And tonight is my injection night. So that's really the reason why instead of trying to eat something meaty, I'm drinking my extra little boost for the protein because I'm taking my injection after I get off this live. So just in case you guys wanted to know that. Okay, so here it is. We got a fail. Pam came in with the big fail. Mel came in first. I didn't see Mel come in first. Mel was a fast draw McGraw. Okay, we got a fail. Good job, you guys. Fail. Carla says, good evening, but the fail, epic fail. Okay, all right. Pam, I'm gonna put Pamela this up. Pammy Whammy. I call her Pammy Whammy. Coffee all day and not enough water gave me kidney stones 6 years ago. And yes, I've heard those are the worst ever. So thank you for sharing that because that might deter somebody from not drinking. You still got to get that water in. When I hear people saying what they're drinking, a lot of it is just not water. And, I don't want to be preachy here, but I just don't want people to be sick. And, we got to learn from other people's mistakes, which is the beauty of, making mistakes. That's how you learn. Well, you shouldn't drink coffee all day, but you do need to eat that you don't need to eat that protein bar either. Yes, yes, yes. And some people don't. Some people don't even like them, don't even have to. But I think if you're struggling to eat and you have to eat something with protein, eat a protein bar. Make sure though now I'm telling you, the ones at Aldi's taste like really like candy bars. But they don't have a lot of protein. Now, I don't get after me, Aldi, if you're an Aldi fan or Aldi's out there watching. But yeah, some of those protein bars have like 12, 15. I was told by a coach, a nutritionist, and a personal trainer, person who wears both hats, that your protein bars should be at least 20 grams or more. That, the more protein you can get, the better. And so a protein bar with a minimum of 20 is pretty good. And I like Barbells. You guys know those are my brands that I bought. They had a buy one, get one 50% off sale. And they still might be having it now at GNC. Do you guys know what GNC is? So I got a bunch of protein bars. And I know Trader Joe's sells them, but this is cheaper to get them. Buy one, get one 50% off. So yeah. Dee, so Friday and weigh in on Sundays. I want to do this. The weigh in after the injection, not on injection day. Yeah, now whoever said that you had to do both on the same day? I wonder why people do that. Like, because I've always weighed in on the Sunday. The reason why I weigh on the Sunday is Weight Watchers mentality. And I just start my week, right? I feel to me, Sunday is the start of a new week for me. So that's why I always weigh in on a Sunday. So when I started taking my injection, that didn't change that my weigh-in day was Sunday. And I see people do that. I don't know if you guys got that from a content creator and it just followed you. Did your doctor tell you that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what would be the reason why people weigh in on the same day as their shot. So for you're starting your week on a Friday, like your new week. I don't know. I don't know. And there's nothing wrong with it. I just trying to understand the logic behind it. But if it works for you, I say keep doing it. I would have protein bars only as a backup if I can't eat. Yes, yes, yes. Barbells are delicious. Yes, I agree. Judges. That's why she is my twin. I love it. I'm eating a protein bar right now. So take that. That is too funny. Yeah, protein bars are good. I think if you got to put it in perspective, right? It's not like throw the baby out with the bath water. But yeah. So I saw somewhere on YouTube that the protein should be at least 10% of the calories. Okay. That the protein should be that's it? Huh. Okay. Oh, you're talking about in the protein shake. Maybe you're talking about that. Okay, so let me see. Dad, do I need my glasses? Are they giving me a percentage here? So, winner, chicken dinner. This has 60% protein. No, that doesn't mean of your calories, Dag. Never mind. So I would have to look and see that. Okay, but I don't know who said it. Is it a person that has a good reputation? Is it a doctor? Who is it? Who's giving that information out? You say I usually wait less 2 days after the shot, but I prefer daily to weigh in. Okay. So if she's weighing less 2 days after her shot on shot day, is your yeah, Grace, I don't want to confuse you. It's up to you. But I notice a lot of the content creators are weighing in and doing the shot day on the same day. And I just want to know, like, who said that was a thing? I've never done that from day one. I've always weighed in. And I used to do my injection on a Saturday. I started off on a Saturday. And then I don't know if I tried Sunday. but I did Saturday because I just wanted to wait till after my work week was over. Then I went to Friday night, and then somebody told me that their doctor said, and I asked my doctor, and she said, "Yeah, that makes sense. You know, if you give yourself the injection on Wednesday, and then by the time the medication kicks into your body, you're set up for success for the weekend as far as that suppression." And that didn't work for me because my suppression kind of kicks in. It doesn't take 2 days, so it works either way. So whatever. But I just Friday's the end of my work week, and I just think for me to have a lot of suppression going into my weekend when I do more social things and kind of be off schedule, I just thought that worked for me. Now, I don't care when you're doing your injection day. I say do whatever works for you. But yeah, I've always done that. I eat 2 at 10 grams each to get my 20. Okay. Are you eating that one from Aldi's that tastes like a Snicker? Jeez, Louise. Like if you eat a bar that's 20 grams with 300 calories, it's a fail. This is 150 calories. Can you see that? 150. Are you doing the math? Like, hook me up, Nora. Let me know. Am I on track? Nor yes, big lots, 200 calories. It should be preferably, it should have 20 grams of protein. Okay. Now, Carla says, my injection day is Sunday. I win every day, but I record my weight on Mondays. Okay, so you don't record it on the same day either. Now, Carla, why is that? Did you get that nudge from a doctor, or how did you come up with that? And thanks for sharing. Miss Brenda said, I used to do the weigh-in on the same day as the shot because it started and ended my week. So it was just easier to remember to do both. Okay, so that makes perfect sense to you for me to understand that. That's what I saw here on YouTube. You know that your profile pic is adorable. I don't know why I did that. So I thought I'm gonna pose by the time every time it does that, I'm gonna give you guys a glamour shot pose. So yeah, that's just too funny. Hey, Miss Nikki, how are you? She says, I'm epic failing and it's all good. Um, right. I would not use shot day weights. I am always up 1 to 2 pounds the day before and the day after. Well, Alyssa, a lot of content creators that are doing that. They're doing their shots on the same day as their weigh-in. Yeah, I don't understand it. I think some people are weighing in first and then doing the shot. So I guess if you're doing it that way, that might, balance itself out. But for me, a week starts for me. My week is not starting on a Friday. Friday, my week is ending. It's wrapping up. So that's why I would not weigh in on that day. So I don't know. It just, that's how my mind thinks. But it's your way. It's no right way. Whatever works for you, I think that's what you should do. If not the preservatives, fake sugar, calories, it's not worth it, allegedly, but I concur. I also logged my official weight 3 days after your shot. Oh, my weight tends to be the lowest a few days after my shot. Okay, very good, very good. Hey, Jazz, Happy New Year. Hey, Shay, my name twin, Happy New Year. Okay, all right. So, let's see. I will see you lovely people on Sunday. Have a fabulous night and Happy New Year. Same to you, Simply Taisha. Thank you for stopping in, or hanging with us, I should say. Nora, I always knew it. It's just the only kind I like, and I'm a creature of habit, and it also deserves it also serves as your indulgence as well. Okay, very good. People are saying good night to Taisha. Let's see. Journey says, I weigh every day and record my lowest weight of the week. I'm changing my shot day to Friday, but it was on Mondays. Okay, so why are you changing to Friday? It doesn't matter when you take the shot, weigh yourself, etc. Injection day is Sunday evening. Weigh-ins is Sunday mornings after the bathroom of it all before breakfast. Yeah. So I think that's still okay, but to think that you have to do it, I feel like I know that's a YouTube thing because I've seen so many people and I thought, where are all these folks getting that from that you got to do it? Because when I say I do mine on separate days, people are like, oh my goodness. Yeah, so I don't think it matters all that much. I could be wrong, but if it's costing me a pound here and a pound there, I'll be okay. No, not from a doctor. My off days were Monday. Oh, okay. So you're going off your work schedule. See, I love that. Doing it when it's convenient for you. Very good. I weigh in daily. I do note my weight on injection morning. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. If you lift heavy weights, it's best to weigh a few days after due to the muscle inflammation. Okay, all right, very good. And you're working out, Shawnee. I see you over there. My shot date is Sunday morning. You weigh every morning. Okay, so you weigh every morning. Okay, very good. And I hope you don't focus in on those pounds, Shay, because you're getting to your goal, and I just love that for you. Okay, so let's do a few more, and then we're out of here. Oh, I have like 10 more, but I don't have time for 10 more. I have time for like maybe 3 more. And whatever you guys want to share, feel free to share it. Let's see. And let me ask you this before we get into that, because I'm curious to know. How is your week going? Because some people, I feel like this is the end of the week for some of us and maybe the start. So how is your week going? How are you feeling this week? Are you crushing it? Are you struggling? Are you maintaining? Now, I'm not going to say, because I have a video that I'm talking about my weight loss. And if I say what I'm doing, you guys are going to know. And I want you to watch that video, and I want you to have a prediction in your mind if I lost or gained, from I weighed in earlier this week. All right. So are you crushing it? Are you struggling? Or are you maintaining? Anybody want to share that? Oh, name twin. I have 2 pounds before go. It's taking forever to get them off. That's okay. Patience is a virtue. You got to be patient. You're going to get there. And geez, Louise, when you get there, don't walk, run to this chat so we can celebrate you. I'll be so excited to see you get to that goal. You have worked so hard, and dare I give you some confetti. Now, if this all breaks down, at least we broke down on a good note. Oh, geez, Louise. Okay, very good. Excellent job. 2 more pounds. You got it. You got it. I can't wait to celebrate that with you. All right. Maybe they should say they are reporting out their lowest of the week. Now, some people might be doing that. I don't do that, though, but because I'm not weighing every day. But if I was weighing every day, I think I probably would, too. I know some avoid Monday morning due to the weekend splurges. Okay, and I get that. You said, so glad I have data from your daily weekends. Okay, very good. People talk about the data of it all. So, Carla, you are maintaining this week. Good job. That's good. I've been off all week. I've been crushing it. Workouts have been on point. Okay, very good. So I'm the opposite. That's why you're Mayor Mindy, because you're doing all the things and keeping us townspeople in check. Kim is maintaining, but let me give you some confetti. I don't really want to give out a lot of confetti because I'm scared this thing is going to break down and freeze, but Mindy is crushing it. I love that, Mindy. Geez, Louise, and that board you shared with us is just excellent. Okay, all right, very good. Mel to the B, thank you. She says body composition is way more impactful than that scale. Even when you reach your goal, it will fluctuate every day. I can hear her saying that every day of your life in perpetuity. Oh my God, perpetuity. Okay, very good. Very true, very true. I love that. All right. And I think Minnie did get that DEXA scan. So she knows, she knows, she knows. Okay, all right. All right, so what are you, a lot of you guys are crushing it. I love that. Okay. Let me see, let me go back. Okay. Okay, I saw Mindy. Kim, okay, very good, Kim. Excellent. You're maintaining. Chi Chi is maintaining. Excellent. You're crushing maintenance. You said, I'm crushing maintenance. I love that for you. Very good. I love it. Okay, I love that. Okay, you're maintaining. Oh, we got another person that's 1 year in maintenance. What in the what? Oh, geez, Louise. If we break down, that's another good one to break down on. You are crushing maintenance. We love that. Love that for you. And you've maintained your weight for a whole year. You should be in one of those research stats. I'm going to put up a full body pic when I reach my goal. Okay, I'm so excited. I love that. All right, my twin is crushing it in maintenance. Love it. She's another maintenance crusher. We love that. All right, very good. Now, I know Simply Taisha is not here, but she is crushing it in maintenance too. Lost too. Woo! You're crushing it in maintenance. We love it. Go Cookie. Go Cookie. Very good. All right, let's get a reminder of what Mel shared with us. Oh, Shawnee. Okay, we're wishing your son good luck. Good luck on this game. We're wishing him a win. Every week, nothing changes in maintenance, but just more work. I can imagine. Hey, Didi in chat, I'm crushing it. Yes, Ruth, very good. And this is during like the holidays of it all. When you're still crushing it, you should give yourself a pat on the back, but that's okay because I'll give it to you. I love it. Very good. Oh, you crushed it even though you had some seed chocolates. That's okay. Very good. It's not perfection. Remember, we are not trying to be perfect. Very good. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. So it's 9:55. I'm going to do one last pass or fail, and then we're out of here. One last pass or fail, and then we're out of here. I'm going to try to get a hard one. This for the smartest chat in all of GLP-1 land. I got to think of get a hard one. Jeez Louise. Okay, wait. Let me get this comment. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, how about this one? I structure my eating window and I still hit my nutrition goals. Is that let me change the banner here. So is that fast? It's a healthy intermittent fasting, or is that a fail? Is that skipping meals and having some slow progress? Which one is it? I structure my eating window and I still hit my nutrition goals. Is that a fail or a fast? What do you guys think? This is our last one. We're going out with a bang. Somebody said it's worth it. She's still crushing it, so that's all that matters. And she's in maintenance, so she knows how to work it. Geez, Louise, too funny. Okay, so this is our last question. If you have a structured eating window and you're still hitting your protein goals, are you fasting or are you failing? So it's either you're doing intermittent fasting or you're skipping. Okay, so the smartest chat in all of GLP-1, people are saying fast. Brenda's giving a thumbs up. Mindy's saying fast. That's a fast, 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 fast. Okay, very good. You guys have it. Very good. So I want you to tell me what makes that a fast. Tell me something. Tell me 3 things that make something a fast and not skipping. 3 things. If you could put 3 things in the chat, if you know all 3, who's going to be the first one to tell us all 3? What 3 things make something a fast and not just skipping? Ooh, it was 3 things I talked about earlier. Do you guys know the 3 things that make something fast and not skipping? What do you guys think? Does anybody want to? Oh, okay. Pammy Whammy. Not quite, but she has one of them. She says, meeting your nutritional goals, movement, and water. Not quite. Nutrition, planning, timing. Close. One of those is off. Planning and timing kind of go hand in hand. So that's a clue. Let's see. Um, let's see. Okay, eating window, nutritional goals, and intentional. No, you're close. Timed, planned, and I don't know. So planning and time, we're going to put all together. We're going to put planning and time together. So don't do those and separate. It's three things. So planning and time is one. What are the other two that makes intermittent fasting something over the planning, the schedule? Okay. Structure eating window. Yes, but that's not all three. Planning, well, if you're planning and following a plan, that's the same thing. All right. We're considering that the same thing. All right. So I'm just going to tell you guys because it is about to be 10 o'clock and that was my goal. Okay. So here are the three things: planning your meals, hitting your protein goals, remember that, and eating enough of your total calories. If you're not doing those, you are skipping and not fasting. So you got to be, your meals have to be planned with that time, right? Whatever that timed planned meal is, you also have to be hitting those protein goals. So if your protein goal, like mine, is at least 80 to 120, I have to be in that range. And if I'm also getting enough calories. And remember, we said that's why doctors don't really recommend when you're on a GLP-1 to do the intermittent fasting, and that's why it's such a struggle for people who are on a GLP-1 to intermittent fast, because you got to get those calories in, you got to hit those protein goals, and you got that eating window, right? You're not eating all day. So we can see why it makes it a struggle. So remember that. The time, planning of it all, hitting the protein goals, and hitting those calories. So with that said, I want to say thank you guys. I will see you on Sunday. I have a huge announcement. Check out my video. I'm afraid to put this up because we might crash out of here. Did I lose weight? What is going to happen? I am going to be on Sunday as well. I have a special announcement, and then I'm also going to be revealing my weight loss for the rest of this week. So I will see you then. Have a great night. Have an awesome weekend. Happy New Year. Yay, it's the new year. Have a good night. Love you guys. Bye.